Good morning. Let me say this as plainly as I can. Donald Trump's bill is the right move because America voted for Donald Trump to make these moves. That's how this republic works. We hired the man to shake up the broken machine, not to ask permission from the very people who built it and the problems to begin with. Now, before anybody rolls their eyes, let's walk through the receipts. Donald Trump created over 7 million jobs before COVID was ever a household word. Black unemployment, all-time low. Hispanic unemployment, another all-time low. Manufacturing jobs, coming back. Wages going up. Border controlled. ISIS crushed. Energy independent. He lowered taxes, slashed regulations, rebuilt the military, and brokered peace deals in the Middle East while the foreign policy establishment sat around polishing their Nobel speech details and dodging him. Now here comes the chorus. What about the bankruptcies? Great question. 6 out of over 500 ventures went belly up that Donald Trump participated in. That's 98.8% success rate. I'll take those odds against any Wall Street or Harvard credentialed bureaucrat who's never created a job in their damn life. Every real entrepreneur knows if you're not failing once in a while, you're not building anything worth a damn. The bill, it's bold, it's real, it's what the country needs. But of course, here comes the rhinos and neocon relics like Tom Tillis with their pockets full of defense contractor checks and their mouths full of buzzwords about norms and decorums. And yeah, here comes the libertarian purity police like Thomas Massie, the guy who probably sleeps in a sleeping bag made out of hemp and failed ballots of libertarian candidates who bit the dust. Now look, I love the Constitution. I love freedom. And Massey's got one of the highest liberty scores in Congress. I'll give him that. But you know what he doesn't have? The will to win. Every single time Trump steps up to lead, Massey steps aside to lecture. That's not courage. That's cowardice dressed up as principle. Because what good is your perfect little ideological scorecard if the country burns down around you? We're fighting for survival here. We're $36 trillion in debt. We've had open borders, rising crime, two-tiered justice systems, and a corporate government merger that makes Mussolini look like a rookie. And still, these guys want to talk about parliamentary order and procedural hang-ups. How about we talk about the damn budget ceiling? It's not a guardrail. It's a political choke chain. It turns every negotiation into a hostage crisis and forces the presidents to beg for permission to fund the government we already voted for. It's a tool used by bureaucrats and power hoarders to stall reform and protect the status quo. And people wonder why nothing ever gets done. It's because every time someone like Trump tries to build something, some weasel in Congress tries to filibuster the hammer out of his hand. Trump's bill cuts waste. It prioritizes the working class, it brings our production home, it punishes fraud and rewards labor. It forces Congress to make tough calls instead of punting them to future generation. That's called leadership, mind you. Since when did getting most of what you asked for become a failure? This is politics, not a Burger King drive-thru. You don't get it your way every time. And if Trump put every single American first priority into this bill, it would die in committee before CNN could lie about it. What he's doing is smart. Get the deficit ceiling locked. Stop the tax hikes from crushing the middle class. Yes, we're talking 46% effective rates if this gets stalled. And then come back for more. That's how leverage works. You build momentum. You chip away. And when you're in the fight of your life for the soul of the republic, you take the wins when you can get them. So folks, let's just support him. We either get behind the man we elected to save this republic, or we let it rot in the hands of the think tank cowards and permanent DC aristocrats. If you want to live in a country that still makes things, defends its borders, respects your work, and puts Americans first, this bill is your chance to say so. And if you've got a problem with that, well, then your problem isn't with Trump. It's with the very voters who put him in office. That includes me, and I'm not going anywhere. Well, actually, I am, but I'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight with Olivia, so please stop by. That's Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Thanks for listening, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. See ya.